Hi, sorry about that. It's Lise from Lisa's Crafty Creations. This is part 2 of getting to know you. Had a phone call there. I'm sorry I had to stop the video. And I'm new to editing, I don't know how to put the videos together, so if you just bear with me. I'm working on the Easy Whim Mermaid. If you want more information on it, please check the first video, Getting to Know You video, that I've just part 1. I was telling you a little bit about the different work that I've done and bits and bobs that have been going on. So I worked in the old people's home, loved it. Worked as a florist, which I told you some of the stories that I had then. Oh, that was right. I was going to tell you some of the things that happened for Valentine's Day. There was one story that stands in my mind that I thought I'd let you all know. It was quite funny. We once had this telephone call, and this gentleman, very well-to-do gentleman, rang up and I'd like to order something for Valentine's Day. All right, okay. And right, can I order, I think he ordered 6 bouquets. Can I order 6 bouquets? Yes, by all means. He says, I want 5 dozens of roses. So you want 5 dozen bouquets. 5 bouquets of dozen roses to be sent to 5 different ladies. And they said, I'd like a bouquet of 6 roses sent to my wife. We were all absolutely gobsmacked. So he was sending all these really lovey-dovey messages with room numbers and all kinds of things to these other 5 ladies, and then he sent the smallest bouquet that he could to his wife. And well, how much will that cost? Well, in the end, we were like stuffed doing a deal. He can pay, because we were all like absolutely disgusted that this man was sending 5 or 6 bouquets out to lots of different ladies, and then he'd sent out the cheapest bouquet he could, with 6 roses in, to his wife. We were all, what? I can't believe this. So it was like the talk of the week, that one. Oh, it was like, yeah. And all the messages were like with really lovey-dovey messages, and there were hotel rooms and dates and times, like date appointments. It was like, and then his wife was something like love from, and then his name, and that was it. And we were like, we just couldn't believe it. We were like, what is this? You know, is this actually happening? Is somebody actually doing this? But you'd often get things like that. But then on the other hand, you get these young boys who come in, and they'd only be about in primary school. So they'd be about 10, 11, maybe a little bit younger, some of them. And they'd come in with £1. And they'd be like, what can I get? I want to get some flowers. Can I have a bouquet of flowers, please? And right, okay, how much money have you got? What would you like to spend? £1. Well, we would like, what on earth can we let this boy have for £1? I mean, roses, 1 rose was £2.50. So we were like, what? So we used to get a bunch of daffodils, because your daffodils were like 2 for £1 or something like that. 2 bunches for £1. So we used to get some daffodils and say, right, okay. And we used to wrap them up for these bad little boys, and let them fill out a card, or they would ask us to fill out the card, so we'd fill out the card for them. And they had the sweetest messages. And then you used to have your typical roses are red, violets are blue message on. And then they'd take this little bouquet and we'd wrap it up for them. We'd put a fancy bow on and put some cellophane around it, and off would send them with this bouquet. And they would be absolutely over the moon with this little tiny bunch of daffodils. And then sometimes people would come in with £2.50, and they'd just have enough to buy a rose. And you'd be like, can you have it wrapped, please? And can I have a rose in a box or something? Well, you can't have that because that's £5. That was like nearly £6. But I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll wrap it for you. So we used to get these roses, we used to get a little bit of cellophane, wrap it and put a bow on for them and do it a little bit special for these young kids that had brought in all their pennies, they'd save up all their pocket money for Valentine's Day, and they'd come in with all the, and some of them would come with their piggy banks, you know, and they'd shake the piggy bank out, and then they'd have sweet little message on a card. Can you write the card for us, please, missus? And you'd write the card for them. It was so sweet. Mind, I got sick and tired of roses. I used to hate roses by the time Valentine's Day was over, because one of my jobs was to dethorn all the roses. Well, you imagine if you've got even just that gentleman who ordered 5 dozen roses. That's 60 roses. Is that 60 roses? And yeah, 60 roses, and you had to take the thorns off all of those roses. Now imagine that 100, 200 times over, because I mean the customers that you used to get, and each one of them wanted at least a dozen, half a dozen roses. We used to get a few single roses, and all those roses had to have their thorns taken off them. So I would be going through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of roses, and all I'd do is take the rose, and I'd spend all day, and all I'd be doing all day is dethorning roses. So by the time that I got home, I'd be like, if I see another rose in my life, it will be too soon. But you know, I've grown to love them. They're very pretty, and I do like them. There's certain roses I like. I'm not keen on red roses. Don't think I ever will be, considering all that I've dealt with. But my favourite rose is no longer available. It used to be called the Jacaranda rose, and it was a burgundy, a deep, deep, purpley burgundy rose. Oh, it was beautiful, and its scent, it had the most gorgeous scent, and that was unusual because roses, well, a lot of flowers these days don't seem to have a scent, and I think a lot of it's because they're not in season anymore. You can get flowers nearly every time, all times of the year now, and so I think because they've been force grown so much and crossbred that many times, that they've lost their scent. But these roses had the most beautiful scent, and they were nice big headed rose, beautiful. Loved them. And but no, I grew to not have a love, let's say, not have a love. It's not my favourite flower is a rose. But yeah, it was a most enjoyable job. What else? Then I was breastfeeding specialist for a long time. I used to, that was something we did. One year we went round and we did an awareness course in schools about feeding, and we used to go in and talk about lots of different ways you could feed a baby, and we used to go a little bit into the anatomy, and then as a fun side of things afterwards, we'd show them some of the things that was used when people breastfed. And one of them was a little thing called a nipple. Was it a nipple expander or something like that? And basically what it was for women who had inverted nipples. They would use this to help bring out the nipple so that the baby could be fed. Well, this one lad got a hold of it. Basically, it was like a thimble on a syringe, and you pulled the syringe out and it sucked the skin into the thimble to extract it. Well, this lad thought it was really funny if he got a hold of it and would try it out. So he tried it on different parts of his skin. I'm like, will you stop it? And he ended up with little suction. I says, you're going to end up getting me sued with these little suction things. So we had to ban it in the end and take it away from him, because he kept getting hold of it, and I'd be like, where's that gone? And he would have it, and he'd be hiding in a corner somewhere trying to expand his pecs. It was like not funny. Well, it was funny, but oh dear, things like that we did. And then we used to also have this large false breast, and the idea was that used to teach women how to hand express. So we used to take that into school sometimes as well, and as an anatomy lesson really. And we used to show them how you would take the milk, or how the milk would be taken from the breast. And it was funny, we used to teach them all how to do it, and every single boy in the class would be able to do it first time round and extract the milk. But all the women, the females, or the girls, used to have trouble with it. It was like so funny. But we used to have so much fun with that. And it just was hand cream that used to come out of this. It was like a moisturiser cream that used to come out, and very good for your hands. It was lovely. But we had some laughs with that. Even when, you know, when we were teaching adults, it was hilarious, the fun that we used to have with it. So yeah, that was some of the things that I've done in my life. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm running out of things to say. And we'll have another chat next time. And I'll try and think of some more stories to tell you. I hope you've enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better. I certainly find it nice sitting here talking to myself, talking to you. So I'm going to love you and leave you. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. Please think about subscribing and hitting the bell to be notified when I do a video. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for listening and getting to know me a little bit better. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please come again. Keep as part of the team. We love to have you. Well, I love talking to you all. And I love you and leave you. Please remember to pass on a smile if you get the opportunity to. And I'll see you next time. Bye.